The story of how football came to be isn't a light bulb moment by a single inventor. It's more like a centuries-long evolutionary brawl that eventually got organized. Depending on where you are, football means different things. But the roots of both association football, soccer, and American football share a chaotic ancestor. 1. The medieval chaos, the mob era. Before there were stadiums and referees, there was mob football. In medieval England, entire villages would compete to haul a pig ass bladder to a marker at the opposite end of town. There were almost no rules, leading to broken bones, property damage, and several royal bans. King Edward II famously banned it in 1314 because the great noise in the city caused by hustling over large footballs was distracting people from more useful things, like archery practice. 2. The Great Schism, 1863. By the 1800s, English public schools, like Eton and Rugby, had their own versions of the game. The problem was that whenever teams played each other, they spent half the time arguing over whether you could trip people or carry the ball. In 1863, representatives from various clubs met at the Freemasons' Tavern in London to create a unified set of rules. This formed the Football Association, FA. The split. One group wanted a game focused on dribbling with the feet. This became soccer, short for association, the Rugbyans. Another group insisted on keeping the right to carry the ball and kick opponents in the shins. They walked out and formed rugby. 3. The American Evolution, late 1800s. Across the Atlantic, American colleges started playing versions of these British games. Early matches looked like a violent hybrid of soccer and wrestling. The father of American football is Walter Camp. In the 1880s, he sat down and fundamentally changed the DNA of the game at Yale. He moved it away from the continuous flow of rugby and introduced the line of scrimmage to give the game structure, the system of downs, to ensure teams actually moved the ball, the snap, replacing the chaotic scrum. 4. The forward pass, 1906. Even with Camp's rules, the game was incredibly lethal. In 1905 alone, 18 players died from injuries on the field. President Theodore Roosevelt famously stepped in, demanding the game be legalized or abolished. To make the game more open and less about massive human piles, the forward pass was legalized in 1906. This turned football into the strategic, high-flying game we recognize today.